is a presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. Well, hello and good evening, good people. It is Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. Welcome to the only show about Spartan Dawgs, hosted by Spartan Dawgs. This is Sparta MSU. I'm your host, Jason Strayhorn, along with my co-host, Jehuu Caulcrick, in the house. Otis, the boss, is on assignment. He's still icing his knees from the fantastic dancing performance he put on Friday, but more on that in a moment. For now, if this is your first time watching the show, we want to welcome you. If this is not, we want to thank you. Please do not forget to click the like and subscribe button. I know you guys are in the chat right now. That's where the party's at. So please join that if you're on YouTube. And don't forget to follow us on all of our social media handles at This Is Sparta MSU. Let us know where you're watching us from. Chew, hey, how was your weekend? The bye week.
My bye week was good, relax a little bit. What did I do? Clean the garage on Sunday, mowed the lawn.
Oh, yeah. Garage cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, there was all kinds of stuff going on.
Adulting.
This weekend. Did you get a chance to watch some sports?
Yeah, I watched a lot of college football on Saturday. I got an opportunity to kick back a little bit, watch some college football, and then woke up early to watch my Bills lay an egg in London, when they played Jacksonville. So, and people complaining, oh, this should have gone this time and that time and the time the NFL. It's like, no, it's on the team. They go there, they choose when they go. But we laid an egg. And then I also saw, for all you, shout out to all you Lions fans. Lions are balling right now.
They certainly are balling. Looking real good. I mean, even some of them guys and players from down the road look awful good in that Honolulu blue. But, man, more on those guys at a later date. Let's get into the good stuff. And we have a Spartan player, a dog, that just bent the knee and got engaged. Jonathan Kim gets engaged, Chew.
Yeah, man. I wanted to give a shout out to my guy, Jonathan. I've rocked with the kickers from day one. Everyone, know I've been a big kick. I even sent Jonathan
day one.
From day one. I've always been a Jonathan Kim guy.
Oh, okay. We recall you not being a fan of kickers, but they're not people. But this one,
I've always been a Kim is him. Okay. See, Johnny C knows that.
Oh, see? Kim is him. Okay. I get it. All right. So what's up? He got engaged. Talk about that. I think you were there. You helped put it on.
I was not. I'm not taking that man's shine. He got on bended knees, like Boys to Men would say, and he popped a question. Congratulations to him, but all these kids getting engaged so young. But I guess if you know, if you meet the one that captures your heart, you gotta lock it up before someone else does. So. It's just, for me, it's early to get engaged at that stage of your life. But if you know, and you got to be with the one that rocks with you.
And he got her a rock while she's rocking with him. And, congratulations to the new couple, Jonathan Kim, newly engaged Spartan dog. And it don't hurt that he, just coming off that Kinnick Stadium record 58-yard field goal.
Yeah, he's a second player to get engaged within the last month and a half here, because Nate Carter, he got engaged earlier on in the season.
One of your other sons.
Yeah, yes. Now Jonathan Kim's getting engaged. So who knows? Maybe our guest will be the next to get engaged.
Speaking of our guest, we're going to get right into it, because we got a special player and even a better human being on the show joining us, Maliq Carr, tight end for Michigan State football, joins us, Sparta MSU. Welcome to the show, Malik. How are you doing, brother?
Hey, yo, what is he talking about?
Yeah, he's talking about you getting engaged. That's what we got to talk about.
I said, maybe you guys are getting engaged young now. I said, maybe you next or something.
Nah.
Okay.
Not going to happen? No time soon?
Hey, man. Nah.
Yeah, you got to be a kid a little bit. Malik, so talk about, man, how you been, man? Like, last time we saw you was in Iowa. You went 6 for 6, man. Like, you were tearing up the field. I think you had 43 yards, and you had an injury, had to get out of the game. But how are you doing right now with this season and the things that you have? Because, look, everybody wants to know about your gloves. You went from no gloves to gloves, and things seem to, like, take a little spike up.
The game's gone up once he got the gloves. I've been telling him to put gloves on.
Nah, let's make one thing clear. It ain't the glove. It's the amount of targets. That's obvious. The amount of targets have changed, so the amount of catches have changed. It ain't got nothing to do with gloves. Okay. Second off, I'm forced to wear gloves right now because of a certain situation. So,
yeah, you're forced. Yeah. So you don't like them? Is it fair to say that you do not like them, even though you are catching
don't like
them? You still don't like them? No.
It feels weird.
This whole game feels weird, doesn't it? But, like, you've been able to change, right, from a receiver. You've morphed yourself into a pro prospect at the tight end position. Talk about that evolution with Ted Gilmore, your position coach, and what you've been able to come to terms with and learn from him as a player.
I'm not gonna lie. To this date, I'll still rather be a receiver. Love receiver. Don't have to block as much. Don't take as many years off your career. That's my main thing with it. But, I mean, blocking is not that hard. It's basically, are you willing to do it? Mm-hmm. So, basically, my will to do it has changed. And that's really all that's really changed as far as football is concerned. And tight end and receiver. That's all that's changed.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Malik. I think blocking is a mindset if you want to do it. I was a guy that, all my career played tailback. And then when I went to the next level, I had to play fullback. And it's majority of blocking instead of carrying.
Sandwiches?
What's that?
Huh?
What'd you say?
None.
But the majority of that is it's blocking. So it is that mindset. You're absolutely right. And I think I've seen that switch in your mindset this year. You've become a better inline blocker than you were last season. And, I think, you're credited to that mindset.
Pause.
Here we go.
See, last year, everybody kept talking about my blocking. I was responsible for like 70% of our rushing touchdowns. So you can go back on that. I don't want to hear that. I really don't. Like, seriously. Like, I went back after last season, after everybody said that, and I looked at most of our touchdowns rushing. Who was in? Me. It was either me or T-Hunt. Or it was us together. But okay. Yeah.
Well, so where do you think that's coming from? So you think that you got a bad rap when people are saying, "Oh, you got to improve your blocking"? Or there's no credit, no validity to it? Or are you thinking that maybe you worked on it, or what is that? Where's that coming from?
The outside world will see like one or two plays and then just make their mind up. And that's okay for them. That ain't got nothing to do with me, though. So I just be living, vibing. I'm doing my job.
One thing about you, Malik, that I absolutely love is like you treat this as is what it is, a game. Every time I see you, you always have a smile on your face. You're out enjoying yourself. And I was the same way. I was always smiling. And, we talked about it in previous episodes about me and my story. And always like, what is it with the game of football that brings you so much joy?
How do I say this without sounding bad?
No, be you. Ain't nothing.
No, I know, but it just sounds a little bad, just a little bit. I like just feeling like every time I step on the field, I'm better than somebody. That's just personally like, and as a person, I feel like you get a little joy out of that, just knowing that you can beat people out.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could just beat people out, like over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, there's nothing bad about that. That's what you want. I want to go to war with guys like that, go out on the field and have that mindset as you just described there, because that's the game of football. Stray, you know this from being an offensive lineman, me from a running back. When you can impose your will on somebody time after time after time, there is no better feeling than that. So there's absolutely nothing bad with that. So let's talk about this. Going into the season, it's a lot of hype, and the season is not right now. It's still a young season. It's not. There's a lot of stuff that go on with Coach Tucker, and then where we are in the season. Like, what is the mindset of the team? Because we saw that Iowa game. The team did not quit. They did not have. They were fighting through and through, and that's the team that I see on a day-to-day, and that's what I tell people. So what's the mindset of the team?
We got to fix the mistakes. Like it's literally nothing else. As far as like want to and skill and talent, we got a lot of that. That's not a problem. But like the mistakes kill us. We have drive killers every other drive. We have drive givers every other drive. We're just giving people like a reset of downs, or we're backing ourselves up, and that is hurting us as a team. But that's why our word of the year now is discipline. And we're sticking to that, trying to fix that every day. Like we check the penalty report every day in practice. If you don't, if you get a penalty in practice, you got to go up in front of the team and explain your penalty. You know what I'm saying? And do 10 push-ups in front of the whole team. So we're big on discipline right now and fixing all the little mistakes.
So we've been reading about this. So Coach Harlan Barnett has instituted a more accountability rule. So in practice, they have refs there. They do throw flags, but typically it doesn't matter. But now, because it's showing up in the games and it's costing you wins, literally, from the turnovers and penalties, this has been a point of emphasis now for the team. That's what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Well, that's good to hear. I'm sure that's refreshing. I see Pops is in the chat. He said 11 for 11 with gloves, just saying. I think that's, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't care about them gloves.
So Malik, you talk about Coach Barnett, holding the team more accountable, and the going forward, the big theme is discipline. We know Coach Barnett. Coach Barnett coached, when I was playing, he was on the staff. Stray knows him. He's a, member. He's been on the show with us, and we know the type of cloth that he's cut from. For the listeners and the outside that don't really know Coach Barnett, explain him to them. Like, what type of dude is Coach Barnett, and what type of, leader is he stepping up to be right now?
Coach Barnett is like a man that's like really big on his faith. Yeah. He makes that very clear and very known every day, day in and day out. And you can feel it in his spirit and just the way he walks around. And he's big on being like he's lighthearted, but he's honest. He gets things done. Like whatever needs to get done, we're gonna get it done. Like he's just a real hardworking, honest guy. God-fearing.
Do you think that his ability to, because obviously as former players, we're seeing you guys have the energy and the fight that I've seen teams that have less going on not have in situations like this. Is it the chemistry that strong? And everybody talks about okay, the portal's going to open up after your coach gets fired, and the attrition of the team has not been to the level that a lot of people would have thought. It seems that there's a good nucleus of leadership in that team, and for you guys to be able to play the way that you're playing. What do you attribute that to?
I think as a team, we weren't locked into specifically a coach. We were locked into each other and helping each other succeed. The coaches are there, and they're always going to be there. But coaches move on like this. Players got to stay sometimes based on situations. Once you transfer once, it's you're basically there. But I think the players are bought into what we can do as a team, not as what coaches can do.
which is critical. That's key because you're a guy, you transferred in from Purdue, right? Product of Oak Park High, and came in from Purdue. So there's other players on this team that have transferred in. Has that been kind of the rallying cry? Like, look, there's no point in even looking at that right now. Let's just do what we have to do and control what we can control right now and put the best product on the field that you possibly can in order for you to have whatever goals you have in your life for you come December, January of this coming year.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously no point in trying to do anything different. I mean, regardless, even if you wanted to leave, say you're a player that wants to leave, you need film. So you got to go out there and play your ass off too. I mean, this is just what it is. So everybody just bought in.
Yeah. So, with that being said, are the guys – there's a lot going on and stuff, but you always say you got to keep in mind, too, that at the end of the day, you guys are 18, 19, 20-year-old, young adults right now. I'm not going to say kids because you're not kids. You're young adults. You're making decisions and everything. And like we talked about before, this is still a game that we're playing at the end of the day. Is the team – are they having fun, or is there, like, a lot of pressure on them?
At first, like, as soon as the situation happened, it was a lot of pressure, and everybody stopped having fun with the game. Like, you can physically feel it in the air. I mean, you've seen it that next week. But ever since then, like, we've been having more fun on the team, playing music at practice, just trying to get back to joy and enjoying football all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're a part of that, right? You're a catalyst to get people to have some fun because I know every time I see you out there, I mean, you tap me on the shoulder and look the other way. You're always lighthearted guy. Do you feel like that's your role to keep things like less tense on the team?
Yeah, that's part of it. But I'm human. I have my days. Like, I'm not going to lie. Most Tuesdays, I'm not going to be as loud. It's just our harder day. It's early in the morning. I'm trying to just go through practice, get what I need to do, get done. And then, like, when Tuesday, nah, that's a lunch pail day.
That's fair. That lunch pail. I like it. I like that mentality there. Something that came up when Coach Barnett was elevated to the interim head coach. They also mentioned that Coach D'Antonio was going to come in and be, from what I've seen, I think Coach D'Antonio has been doing a lot of, like, the mentoring of Coach Barnett. Or what have you seen with him, in the building and in practice? Is it that just a mentoring of Coach Barnett, or is he getting involved with the X's and O's?
I mean, he's mostly a mentor to Coach Barnett. I mean, obviously, he's been here, done this. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, Coach Barnett is just, like, getting a listening ear and some advice when he needs it. And as players, if you need to, you can go talk to D'Antonio. And he'll tell you whatever, like, however he feels. But, yeah.
There's a question in the chat that asks, Malik, what would you say to a recruit about why they should still come to MSU regardless of the coaching situation?
As far as our team goes, like, we're connected as a team. Any school you go to, at the end of the day, that coach can be gone in 2 seconds, as you can see. So, I mean, you need to come to the university and the place, not the coaches. Come see your teammates. Like, come see who's going to be your teammates. Don't worry about coaching. That's always how I've been anyways, as far as recruiting goes. Like, coaches, they're cool. Yeah, they can help. But, like, in reality, you're not going to spend most of your time with them. Go see the strength staffs. Go see who you're going to spend most of your time with. Go see the academic people. Go see the campus. Go see the type of people you want to be around. You know what I'm
saying? That's a great point. And I feel those sentiments 100% because I feel the same way. And so, like, what you're in it now with NIL and all that stuff. What are your thoughts on NIL, or are you one of those guys that's thinking the long game about NFL?
I mean, I'm thinking NFL, but I mean, NIL is still money. You know what I'm saying? athletes for generations on generations have been waiting for this. So of course we're excited. Like but it's hard to like manage as far as like it's not that many. Like it's too many loose ends as far as NIL goes, in my opinion. Like it's no contracts. It's no like real contracts. A coach can promise you whatever he wants before you get to that school and don't got to give you nothing when you get there. You got people on certain teams. It's like people that's not playing, getting paid, and people that's playing, that's not getting paid. People that's making plays, that's not getting paid. And then there's people that's just on the field, just getting paid. And I mean, I just feel like it should be a different way to go about stuff. But as far as the money goes, I think people should be happy. Like I personally, like I'm happy with just the little I get. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, speaking of that, I mean, those are great points you brought up because it is, when I'm sure in this era, you have friends all over the country that are different universities and you hear good, the bad, the ugly, you hear everything. When you look at there's an NIL deal that's been highly publicized for you that Jehuu I know can bring some color to is the WWE situation that you have where there's a few select players who've been selected by the World Wrestling. What is it called? WWE, World Wrestling
Entertainment,
not WWF back in the day, the Federation.
Right.
So like talk about how that deal came about and like what does it mean to you? What do you have to do? There it is. I knew the belt was gonna come out.
That make you feel good?
You and I already had this talk. We already had this talk. So you're gonna be doing the same thing.
I'm better though. But
I've been in the ring.
That's okay. You been on TV?
Yeah.
I need to see it. Yeah, I'm gonna need to see that. I'm gonna need to see that.
That's what we're gonna do. Get Malik and Chew in the ring. A match. This is Sparta.
Team.
Yeah, the tag team it.
We can do that.
How'd they approach you with that?
I actually approached them through Influencer. So
cool.
On Influencer, but like everybody has access to certain organizations that reach out or like just want to be a part of the university and help with certain players. So like they were already looking into me before I reached out. So it just helped that I reached out, I guess, and I got the deal. I really don't know what else went into that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
They said they was looking for a big personality. I kind of got that, but
Yeah, and like you and I talked about, that's way after. That's years from, like you said, when we're in the lobby. That's when I'm your age. You said, but
yeah.
No, after you're done. But like I said, I used to do when I played in the league. I used to in the off season. I used to go and train. With WWE, like train wrestling because it helps you. One, your endurance. One, it helps you. It teaches you like little things on how to fall, how to protect yourself when you fall, and those types of things. So I think it's really cool. It's a great opportunity for you, and congrats to you on that because it's something that's bigger and bigger, and especially with the new expansion that Endeavor buying WWE now. And at the end of the day, it's a way to prolong your athletic career, and you can make a ton of money still when you're done playing, through that. So congratulations to you, my man, on that.
Thanks. You planning on going back?
No.
He'll be ringside.
I just go to shows and watch you.
Yeah, you gonna be one of those guys come off the top rope? You afraid of that, or you can do it?
He's athletic. He can do it.
Look, I could do it. What it take for me to do it? It's like
how many zeros? Huh? Check.
Yeah, because believe it or not, I'm a little scared of heights.
A little scared of heights.
Yeah.
Here's Rashad Howard. Once you've wrestled, everything else is easier. True statement. True statement. Yeah, man. So look. You got the wrestling NIL going on. You got this season. Like when you're looking at Rutgers and the preparation for it, you lost 2 games in a row, obviously 3 games in a row, but the last 2 games, you had those guys statistically beating every category but the penalties and obviously turnovers and points. What's the team's attitude right now? Do they feel everybody's in a good mental space to go out to Piscataway, New Jersey?
Man, we trying to kill them.
Okay.
I ain't even got time. I don't like losing. And I'm a really sore loser. I hate losing more than I like winning. You know what I'm saying? So we coming out to kill them. I don't even want to waste no more time thinking about nothing else. I'm trying to win.
Hey, maybe we need to soften that blow so it doesn't end up on the bulletin board. But I love the attitude. I love that. You know.
Yeah.
Chew. What you got to say about that?
No, I'm all in for that.
That's dog mentality.
It makes it a better plane ride home, after a win. But I know, Malik, you got to go. You got Athletes in Action coming up at 8:30, right? So,
hey, man, I'm already here now. The drive. I'll make the drive.
Is your birthday coming up?
My birthday tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday.
Happy. How old?
22.
Ooh.
Deuces. I see you, deuces.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one yet. I don't know how I feel about
very young man.
Yeah. Another
Enjoy
year, man. What are the plans for the birthday? You gonna get something to eat, something like good food?
Yeah, I go to Benihana's every year with my family.
Yeah.
That's the spot.
What's your order?
Bro, the splash from Meadow. Feel me? Steak and shrimp. Double rice. Got to have it.
Yeah, that rice is good with that yum yum sauce.
Why you get so excited just did?
I mean, hey, Malik, you're getting a lot of birthday wishes here, man. Look, we want you to have the best birthday tomorrow and, a joyous plane ride home, man, after the game in Piscataway this weekend against Rutgers. Look, I know you got stuff we got to do with Athletes in Action, and you got your birthday plans to do that. Choo-choo. And I thank you for coming on the show and spending some time with us today, man, to get people to know the real Maliq Carr, man. Appreciate it. Look forward to having you back on sometime soon.
All right, Malik. We'll see you this weekend. We'll see you Friday.
No, I'll see you on the top rope. Feel me?
All right, big dog.
Peace. Maliq Carr, tight end for Michigan State University. Hey, man. Hey, he just keeps it light,
Yeah, he's an absolute great dude. One of my favorites, Every time I go around, the team go around, he's a guy that, like you said, always coming up to us and, greeting us, have a smile on his face. We talked about his athletic ability, but he's also a even better person than he is an athlete. So, everything that's going to be coming to him, is going to be well earned and well deserved, on his part there. So hopefully, he can really, put on a show on Saturday against Rutgers.
Yeah, I'm believing it. I think so. He said he's going to kill him. So I think that we can do that. We're going to do what Malik said. Okay. How about that? Look, we're going to be back in a moment, man. We have to get these messages. But look, right now, we got to let people know where they're watching us from, Chew. They're watching us in Canada again. What's going on in Canada?
Canada.
Up?
Yesterday was Canadian Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So, we had a little celebration, we did it here as a family here for Canadian Thanksgiving. Did some turkey, the traditional Thanksgiving stuff. Shout out to my peeps in Canada. The Thanksgiving celebrated it's the end of harvest season, giving thanks for the harvest. You collect your harvest before the frost comes on the land. So shout out to you.
It's coming. They also watch us over in Botswana. There ain't no frost coming over there.
No frost is going in Botswana. No,
not at all. Dominican Republic is watching this at Sparta MSU. Thank you very much. And also,
DR?
Yeah.
Having a little rum?
Marijuana. Call that over there. Listen, please click the like and subscribe button. And don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias at This is Spartan MSU. We'll be back in a moment after this message from our friends at IHOP and SeatGeek.
Introducing IHOP's new menu with perfectly crispy yet fluffy waffles, warm, flaky buttermilk biscuits, juicy, satisfying steak burgers, decadent eggs Benedicts, and more. It's time to find your new favorite. Don't worry, we won't tell the pancakes. Only at IHOP. Let's put a smile on your plate.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception? First down? Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Dropping them pancakes and them tickets. I love it. Setting the trend here. Thank you, Harriet. She does it perfect. And we saw Harriet's, showing that swag off the other day on social media.
Right.
Love that. Appreciate you, Harriet. Always. Chew. Today was, we already had the Michigan State basketball media days, but it was the Michigan State men's basketball Big Ten media days today. And Izzo, he's like, look, this is one of the closest teams he's ever had here.
3 weeks ago, we had a bunch of our pros came back and a bunch of our alums came back. And the first thing they all brought to my attention was it seems like a pretty close-knit together team. Everybody talks about that. Everybody has a family. Everybody. But, the only way you get that is that's earned through time. And, I've got some fourth and fifth year guys. I've got some guys that have been successful. I've had some guys that have failed and had to, relook at things. I've had some tough losses in the NCAA tournament. I have some big wins in the NCAA tournament. So I think they understand the difference between winning and losing. And then last year coming, within an overtime win of maybe getting to another Final Four. I think that left some hunger. So the best thing I look for now is togetherness in your team. Is the chemistry good, especially when you bring in a good class of freshmen, and yet you got some upperclassmen? Is it a player-coach team? Do those upperclassmen kind of help coach those freshmen? And do we have leadership?
Words from head basketball coach Tom Izzo talking about the togetherness of this team, Chew.
Yeah, anytime you can have a team, that's together and have that camaraderie and that social cohesiveness, it's going to go a long ways on the court because they're going to be able to, basketball is a game where it's a game off feel as well. You're going to feel where your teammate's going to be, and you're going to throw those passes. You're going to make those, someone in here said, AJ said mini Magic, Magic played off, his game was played off feel and knowing where his teammates were going to be. And the closer you are as a team, you can think, exactly like your teammate would be thinking. So it's exciting. I can't wait for that, for basketball season. But I have to say this, and I talked about this in the production meeting. One thing I absolutely hate, I hated as a player growing up, at Michigan State, and if you're not having the best of season, and then the fans are like, oh, I can't wait for round ball season. Thank God basketball season is coming on the way. We'll cheer basketball when they're deep in their season. Right now, my focus is Rutgers and this season and these young men on this football team. That's where my focus is right now. So let's get back to football.
We are smack dab in the middle of football season. We will never forget football season. We just had a football player on the show.
Lots of football left to be played.
We're football players, but listen, we got to give love to the other sports too. And it was Big Ten Media Days. So
I agree.
We're not turning the page. We're just paying homage. Is that what they call it? Homage, however you want to pronounce that. I just think that talking about the great Tom Izzo and everything that he's been able to do on the court and off the court for Michigan State. You just gotta prepare. And listen, come on, man. This team, we got Midnight Madness, right? That's coming up on Friday.
Midnight Madness on Friday the 13th. Are you that type of? Are you a scary movie guy? Friday the 13th. This is like the kids who said this is spooky season.
I used to be before I was married, and my wife isn't into that, so I'm just not into it anymore. But I used to be Jason, Friday the 13th. Come on, like that was a thing.
What's your
But
so what? Yeah,
I
what
can't
was your-
have the whole house being afraid and the shot. I can't have that. So we just move on. I'm just
I'm
not.
I'm a fan of the Saw movies.
Oh man, that's the one that killed it. I think
Because
that was the movies that killed it right there. Saw.
it's a little too real. It's like,
Yeah, Alicia's like, if somebody can think of this, that means they can really do it. I'm like, well, I mean, I guess she's got a point there. She's very
right.
smarter than I am. So, I don't know why we like to get scared though. It just gets our adrenaline. Just like why we watch football games, right? It's real life happening in front of us. You just don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, but I'm definitely gonna be one of those guys. I don't know if I will go to the theater to see Saw 10, but
10? Is that where we at now?
we're at 10. But the crazy thing about it, Stray, let's like hear this out. Like they like somehow tie it back to Saw 1. It's like it gets you like, damn, how do you think, like what the hell? Like, didn't times evolve?
We just kill everybody.
Yeah.
We're going back to the beginning.
Yeah, it takes it back, but I love it. I love all the Saws. I was in a big, like Jason, I watched it.
Halloween, Michael Myers, you into that?
I liked it, but it was like, I liked the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah, that was good stuff. That crazy dude,
Leatherface. Don't pay to be scared.
Michael's scared enough. Give me a great sports underdog movie. That's my Malicia right there.
Right.
That's my wife. That's what she's telling you.
See, I think my wife likes scary movies more than me.
Rom-com, sports, all that good stuff.
I low key though, I'm like, you know what I'm excited about? Low key, I'm one of those, like, I always give my wife grief for watching it, but I'm low key a Hallmark movie, and then we're getting into.
You are. I see that Hallmark movie, huh?
But I try to act like I don't like it, but then I'm like, I get nestled in there, and I'm like, ooh, okay. Even though you know what's gonna happen, but it still captivates you.
Yeah. So is that the one where the men are always bad? Is that those movies?
No, it's
that's what it seems like. Those movies. Was it Lifetime?
Yeah,
Hallmark. Lifetime.
Yeah, Lifetime is where the men are always bad, but the Hallmark is like, the local kid, moves to the big city and starts this new job, and then they go home for, Christmas and run into their ex, but they're dating someone back in the big city, and their company want to acquire the little bakery, and then this ex is trying to save it, and then this person give up their $500,000 a year job to move back to this little ass town and work at this bakery, but it gets you hooked.
Sounds like Spartan athletics in some form. But anyway, like I watch The Truth is Stranger Than Fiction. I subscribe to that channel all day long. Speaking of the channel, let's talk about other sports.
Yes, let's
go to the Spartan athletics update. We're going to have a little pre-recorded video for you right here.
The much-anticipated MSU hockey team was back on the ice over the weekend, sweeping the series versus Lake Superior State to start their season 2-0 for the first time since 2009. Leah Johnson's volleyball team lost a hard-fought battle to Northwestern on Saturday, despite a career-high 20 kills from Grace Kelly. MSU is back in action for back-to-back road games on Friday and Saturday against Nebraska and Iowa. The women's soccer squad took down 14th-ranked Michigan 3-2 on Saturday night, a win that bumped MSU up to 17th in the top drawer national ranking. Midfielder Reagan Dalton earned Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week honors after notching 2 assists in Saturday's matchup. MSU is back on the pitch Thursday night to take on Indiana. And 3 goals in the first half for the Spartans was too much for the Badgers to overcome as Michigan State got the win in Madison. Jeremy Sharp, Sean Kerrigan, and Jonathan Stout all scored for Sparty as MSU now looks to take down the school down the road tonight in Ann Arbor. That was your Spartan Athletics updates, and as always, go green.
Brendan Durivage once again coming through, baby.
Guy, Brendan is after it.
Yeah, great
Shout
job,
out to Brendan for he tried to take our job, Stray.
He is, brother. He is. Soon enough. Hey, man, graduation's coming around the corner. Look, Michigan State versus Michigan soccer right now is at 0-0. Thanks for the update. Mary Lou Moore, Crazy MSU lady. Thanks for that. We just want to know where they are, and that's where they are. Here's $10 for the collection plate. Collection plate time. Doug Hagedorn. He asked Chew, you sound like a big fan of Hope Floats.
No, don't. Haven't watched Hope Floats. But you know what? The wife and I are gonna nuzzle up and finish the last episode of Virgin River tonight. So.
Man, I don't know. What's the coach? What's my man over in Illinois right now? He used to be at Wisconsin.
Brett Bielema?
Yeah, you sound just like him, just right there. If you know, you know. But Cal Farah here, he just sends up another. It was $19.99 the collection plate, and he just says boo. We can't answer that, Cal. We can't answer boo. We'll just say what you said. Boo.
Cal's a fan of Virgin River. Don't let him try to fool you.
Oh, is he? That's what it is?
Here it is. You see, here it's coming.
Yes, Virgin River.
No, she said I knew
Chad is taking a turn here.
She said I knew Drew was a closet old white lady.
Harriet, you're exactly right. Country music, love the lifetime.
See, the people are flaming up for Virgin River right now. People like
Virgin River is fire. Look at that. Cat, okay. Listen, I need to get on it. Is this something I need to do?
You and Alicia.
Is this what I need to do?
Watch Virgin River. Yes.
She doesn't. Chew has the Virgin River flannel on. Okay.
See, yeah.
Is that what this is?
I was so basic today when I went to work. I had the flannel. I had boots on. All I was missing was a pumpkin spice latte. But pure Michigan.
Yeah.
Let's get back to Tony. Producer Tony's part.
Where are we going now? Where are we going? I mean, people who are listening to this are probably like, what are you guys even talking about? I want to know about the sports. Here's the sports. Michigan State versus Michigan will be on NBC, and it will be a night game. How about that, everybody? 7:30 kickoff on October 21st. Talk to me, Chew.
Yeah, man.
What is that atmosphere going to be, baby?
It's going to be a rocking atmosphere. I hope it's a rocking atmosphere. I hope a lot of the Spartan fans aren't losing hope in the team right now. What's going to be huge is, getting that win, this week coming up and, building momentum and start going from there and building that momentum. That's going to be really big right now. But that game at 7:30, that's prime time under the lights. A lot of eyeballs will be on NBC for that game. They're going to bring the NBC set here, and it's going to be, it's a big deal, and rightfully so, because this is a big rivalry game. It's for a rivalry trophy. It's one of the ones when the new, Big Ten merger and the schedules came out. This is a protected rivalry game that's still going to be on the schedule every year. So this is going to be something big. And there's a lot, especially after last year's game with the tunnel gate, the suspensions, all those things, the feelings. These two teams don't like each other, so they're going to go out there, and Coach Barnett leading this guy, a true Spartan through and through, who's played in this game, who's actually played in this game, is going to be leading it. That week is going to be a fiery week there. I can't wait for that. And I think you're right. We might break out those black unis under the lights in Spartan Stadium. That has to be rocking. But I'm really excited about it. It's a night game. So I know how some people feel about night games. They're saying it's a long day, get
out of here. Not for this
time. That's why you come to Michigan State, so you can play in prime time games like this
all day long. And yeah, are you kidding me? Them black unis is coming out. What you saving them for? What the hell would we be saving the black unis for, except for a night game against the school down the road at home? I mean, listen, this is all setting up for a phenomenal atmosphere and those bevy sales.
Yeah.
But
Mama Stray hit it on the head there. It's like a different team shows up. You can throw records out the window when it comes to this game. It doesn't matter what your records are.
No.
You're going to come. These teams are going to come out and they're going to draw the best out of each other.
This is like, let's call it what it is right now. It looks like Michigan is clicking on all cylinders. They're undefeated. Right. They're number 2 ranked. I mean, listen, this is beautiful. You know, Michigan State should go on the road this weekend and could get back to 500 if you pull off the win against Rutgers, and that would be 3-3 facing potentially another 6-0 Michigan team coming into Spartan, or would they be 7-0? I'm not sure. I'm not following the Michigan team that closely, nor should I. So, look, I think that game. Look, the players, you know, the couple of players that we've talked to that you and I have, you know, had conversations with, you know, they're not supposed to look down the road, but believe me, that one, it's a red letter game. That's what they used to say back in the day. That's one of those ones you look on the calendar, you circle it with red ink.
Yeah,
you know that every day you do something to prepare for that game, and it's going to be an exciting one. There was some talk that maybe it wouldn't be a night game. It was, then it wasn't. Now it is. And we're all happy for it.
Yeah,
exactly. Drew's going to be in prime condition down there on that sideline, and we're going to get some behind-the-scenes footage of "Let's go!" You know how Chew is down there on the goal line. We're going to see a lot of that celebration going on.
I'm curious to see how they're gonna. I'm curious to see how they're gonna man the tunnel. You know, going in and out, and you know, are they going to have shifts? You know. Can one team has to come out to warm up a different time, or you know, what are they going to do just so you know to protect you know everything for that tunnel?
You know, Otis brought this up during the whole tunnel gate situation last year. We do a phenomenal job at Michigan State keeping things separate. You know, We don't allow for teams to have players running all off in between the other team. We don't do that at Michigan State. So I have full confidence in our administration staff and support all the way around Michigan State's campus that there won't be a tunnel incident on Michigan State's campus.
Right. I agree with that.
You know, Alan Haller's got that under control from the top all the way down. We got it locked. So look, I'm excited for that one. You know, we got to cover some other news. Obviously, you know, there was news that running back Jordan Simmons did hit the transfer portal. You know, hey, that's a guy who had some depth. He provided depth at the running back position, because we know that Nate Carter is the guy there, but he decides to keep his red shirt options open and go into the transfer portal. Chew.
Yeah, you know, Jordan Simmons is a guy that when he first came to Michigan State, I had very high hopes for it. I thought he could have been one of those big bruising backs that can come in and make a statement for himself, you know, at that position. I didn't know if he was going to be a featured back, but he could have definitely been a role player, you know, within the squad, especially with the way that the running game is turning in football itself, not just in college football or at Michigan State, in the landscape of running backs, the way that it's turning. And I want to say, you know, good luck to Jordan, and my advice to him, no matter where he goes, play within your game. You know, embrace and embody the fact that you're a big back. Play like that, and you're gonna go a lot further, you know, as a running back if you do that. If you're a big guy and you try to do things that's outside of your game, it doesn't really work, and you'll never really formulate to be who you are. But if you stay the course and play within yourself and play like a big back, you're going to be fine no matter where you go. Good luck to Jordan. I appreciate all the time and all the work that he put in, you know, wearing that green and white. Good luck in your future endeavors.
Yeah, very well said by Chew there. You know, as from running back to running back, that means a lot. So Jordan Simmons, hats off for the time that you served here in Michigan State, and best of luck to you in your endeavors as you move forward. As Chew said, I can't top that. Look, also for this week, you have head coach Harlan Barnett talking about the quarterback position for Rutgers. It looks like there's a open competition this week.
We're still evaluating it. It's a good competition going on, and you know, I'm doing my Belichick again a little bit right now. But we've it's going to be good. Guys know where they stand, what's going to happen, and so we'll just leave it at that for now.
The quarterback thing, is your reluctance to name one because you don't want everyone to know, or because you really don't know?
Because we don't want anyone to know, kinda, you know what I mean? But we're gonna we know what we're gonna do, and we feel good about it, and so you'll see on Saturday.
Ooh, that's the first time I saw that one. I read it, didn't see it. I get a different vibe when I hear it from the man himself. Jehuu, what do you think?
Yeah, it's great gamesmanship. For one, I think I know what's going to happen. I think you know what's going to happen. But no matter who comes out there, we have to be supportive of that person as a quarterback. My question is, no matter who it is, how long or how short will that leash be on that person? And the second question is, do you now start experimenting maybe with a 2-quarterback system to figure out, situationally now what their strengths are? Because both these guys have different strengths and weaknesses. So do you play into their strengths if you're in a situation where, you need this, you put this quarterback in, or if you need that, you put that other quarterback in. So those are some of the things, and it also gives Rutgers something else to prepare for. They have to go and watch film of both quarterbacks to see who will be the guy and prepare for that person.
That's a good point. I think that there are 3 quality quarterbacks in that quarterback room. So, I don't know about 2 guys. There's 3 guys that they got to prepare for, in my opinion. But, we have to get through this mindset that typically happens with quarterbacks. If you have 2, then that means if you have 2 or more, that means you have none. That's what everybody says, right? That's the conventional wisdom. But as you said, I think that the strengths and weaknesses of the players in that room do complement one another. So, there's a lot of good things that Noah Kim does. There's a lot of great things that Caden Hauser brings to the table, and Sam Levitt, all the above. Everybody in that building over there wants to win. That's ultimately what it is. And you see that from the coaching staff.
Yeah, everybody wants to win, and at the end of the day, you have to put your best 11 out there. It might not be your best 11 for next week, but you have to put your best 11 for right now. You have to put your best 11 for this play. That's what you have to do. That's why you have personnels that go in the game, because, hey, when we run this play, the best 11 people that can run this, it might be 22 personnel, 2 tight ends, and, you go in there, run that play. Or it could be 11 personnel. You have 4 wide receivers, 1 running back. That's what you have to do. You have to put the best 11 on the field. And I think this is what Coach Barnett's doing. Let's keep in mind too, Coach, he's not throwing in the towel. He's not giving up. There's all the talks outside about who will be the next head coach at Michigan State. What if this guy turns it around? What if he goes on a win streak here and maintain these guys? Is he in the consideration? Those are the thoughts for the coaches as well. These coaches are not thrown in the towel because they're coaching for their jobs. They're coaching for their family, their livelihood. And these players are playing for their goals, their next steps, whatever it is that they want to do. If they want to stay and be a big time player and get that NIL money, or if they want to go to the next level and play in the NFL, they want to put the best film on that they can. And just like Malik said, if you're even going to transfer, even if you're transferring, you got to put the best tape out there so you have some tape. So it's this quarterback battle here. Let's just see who the best guy is. And us as fans, who's not playing a down, who's not making a single throw, who's not making a read or handing the ball off, let's just support the guy in green and white that's out there.
100%. Hey, Jehuu, look, I'm with you. I think that you have the coaching staff as a whole, obviously led by Harlan Barnett, who's the head coach, and, supported by Coach D'Antonio, an all-time winningest coach in Michigan State football history here. The last thing these guys want to do is lose. And I know that you know, the fan base is always, I don't care what fan base it is, they're always the backup quarterback is always the most popular guy.
Right.
You know, you have a situation here where you don't have coaches posturing with, you know, 10-year deals, 8 years left on a deal. You don't have any of that stuff. You have guys that are in the same position as, you know, you and I are on the couch, right, watching these games. Well, for us, I guess we're actively working these games. But I'm putting myself in the mind of a fan because I was a fan this past weekend, just like you were. Watching football from my couch, like for the first time in a long time.
Shout out to Keon Coleman and Florida State Seminoles, huh?
Watch them down there. Happy for him. Shoot, hey, and Peyton took him to the wire down against Georgia, you know. But look, I'm happy for all the guys who come here and wear the green and white and understand the trials, the triumphs, all those things that we go through as players. And walking on the campus of East Lansing is a big deal. But listen, man, I do think that we will get a chance to see what it's like. Like, if you want to be that armchair quarterback, like this is that season, this is that team. And what you said, how great is it going to be if this team can turn it around? And we already outlined last week the path to bowl eligibility. And don't forget those three other teams, the big ones. You know, you got 4 teams we need 4 games, 4 wins in order to be bowl eligible. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the teams that we described before. But then there's the other big ones, right? The Michigan, the Ohio State, and obviously Penn State. If Michigan State, listen, all of their goals are in front of them. That's all I can say, Chew. You know, I don't want to try to, you know, get all caught up in the fodder and all that. But, man, I'm telling you, this team has the talent and the coaching to be able to pull off something great. Just got to stay out of their own way, as Malik said, who was on our show just a minute ago. Malik said, we just got to stop penalties and stop killing ourselves. That's it.
It's those self-inflicted wounds we talk about. You get a good drive going, then boom, false start, or, you know, holding here and there. You just have to limit the self-inflicted wounds, protect ours and take theirs. When I say that, I mean in the turnover battle. We got to protect the football and we got to take it away from them. It's going to be, you know, Rutgers, we're going to talk and take a deep dive into it on Thursday, but they're going to come out fired up, ready to go. I know that guy, Shiano, that's coaching them there. I know the type of coach that he is. I know what he's going to be saying to those guys.
Yeah. It's not going to be easy over there in Piscataway, New Jersey. We're going to all be there Friday night going into Saturday. It's going to be an early kickoff at noon. Don't forget to tune in to us, you know, for the pregame show starting at 10:30. On Saturday Eastern time. You know, before we go, Chew, you know, they have to talk about a sad moment. You know, legendary coach, the wrestling coach in Michigan and all around the country, as a matter of fact, Mike Krauss lost his life this past week. And, you know, he's a Spartan, number one. And I was introduced to him, there he is right here, by my best friend in the world, Rashad Jeff Howard, you know, and he told me, hey, you got the best coach in America living 15 minutes. That's my boys right there. They used to be little. That's Cody and Cade right there. Yeah. You know, back in the day, they used to wrestle when they were 5 all the way up. So, and he said, you got to go see him. And the life lessons that he taught, his energy, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And there's so many people who are, you know, sending out their well wishes, and I wanted to make sure that we are able to do that on this platform for him and his 4 children and his you know, that he leaves behind. And you know, we're going to put up some information on our socials to be able to help his family. 54, just too young. Great dude, great man.
Yeah, Stray. I remember when you got the news, you and I were talking on the phone, and how devastated you were. And then I saw, you know, through social media. I didn't personally know Coach, but I saw, you know, the amount of people that were just coming and, you know, giving this guy his flowers, and, you know, talking about how great of a mentor that he was to the youth and, you know, to the world of wrestling. You know, so condolences to his family. Hope nothing but the best for them. And like you hit it exactly right, Stray. You know, he was too young to grow his wings.
Much too young. So, you know, funeral arrangements we'll post those things as well. But yeah, Mike Krauss, legendary coach. Listen, Chew, that'll be the end of this particular show right here. Don't forget to go to our social media, our link in our bios to get to any of the Sparta. This is Sparta merch. We got to cover Otis and his dancing that he did on Friday night when he comes back on Thursday. We saved that for then. So we're going to play the whole video for you. Otis did his thing, as he always does. Chew, this is a wrap for this one. We will see everybody on Thursday at 8 o'clock. For Jehuu Caulcrick, I'm Jason Strayhorn. This is Sparta MSU. Have a good night. God bless you. And go green.
Go white.
This is Sparta MSU is a combined presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. The show is produced by Tony LaBarbera, Tony Gustella, and Process Driven Consulting. Additional support is provided by Brendan Duravage. On-location technical support provided by Good Fruit Video. Be sure to follow our host Jason Strayhorn, Jehuu Caulcrick, and Otis Wiley on social media. To stay up to date with all the latest This is Sparta news, please like and subscribe by visiting our link tree and tell a friend to do the same. Thank you for your support, and as always, go green.